Many sources were absolutely certain that Harry was staying in hotels at least a couple of times a week just to escape from his evil wife, Meghan Markle. People are also saying that Harry is finally coming to his senses and understanding everything that Meghan has been doing to him, and these little breaks that he's been taking away from her are sanity savers. But could it be too little too late for this downtrodden prince? I guess better late than never, but still. But if that's true, why is Harry still showing up with Meghan at events where she gets an award that she paid for using Harry's money? Sounds a lot like maybe Harry is just trying to get some sympathy. He wants to get in good with the woman who's going to tell lies about how horrible he was, just like both of them have done to the wonderful royal family who live in the UK. I'm afraid that Harry can't just get away from Meghan Markle. It's not like he can just ignore her. He's going to be the subject of her hatred and all of her vicious lies. When the truth about the invisible children come out, and we find out that yes, they came from a surrogate, who is Meghan going to say made her use a surrogate? Oh, she's going to point the finger at Harry, absolutely. She's going to make up some story about how it had everything to do with her black heritage, and she's going to squeeze a single tear out of her left eye for effect. And who pretended Lilibet was real? Oh, she's going to claim again that was Harry. They pestered the Queen into an early grave demanding more money, and who is Meghan going to blame that idea on? Oh, you know it's going to be Harry. See, Meghan was the impetus behind all the calls back home. We already know that. And if Harry is trying to avoid the lies and the hatred coming his way, I'm afraid he is fighting a losing battle. Harry already lost this fight when he put a ring on her finger. Harry should have understood that she did have a hysterectomy years and years ago. Apparently her father came out and said that. And that would mean that Meghan could never be pregnant at the Invictus Games or on that trip to Africa where she didn't care about the Zika virus. Meghan also was never pregnant in 2018 or she wouldn't have been seen getting so drunk on her spa vacation, which was supposed to be a royal tour of Australia anyway. Some sources are saying that the divorce lawyers have been working with Harry already, and some say the marriage has already fallen apart, but they're only separated for now. I think many of the lies that Meghan has told would shock most people, and maybe Harry is working through all that. But still, he has just stood by and let her do so many evil things, including being the source of stress for the late Queen when she was a widow. And it wasn't only the late Queen who they heard. Harry actually heard his grandfather too, Prince Philip. And all of that was intentional, let's not get it twisted. Harry knows that his father will forgive him. Harry also knows that his older brother will not. And that means Harry has a lot of work to do before his father is gone. Charles has shown Harry that he loves him unconditionally, but William doesn't feel the same. I think William would probably banish Harry to Africa for all the damage that he has caused. Harry knows that he tried to humiliate his older brother, but he didn't succeed. Harry tried to ruin Catherine's birthday 3 years running, and he tried to sabotage their royal tour in the Caribbean as well. Harry has done so much to try to harm his brother and sister-in-law. William, in fact, has every reason to never want to see him again. So I suspect Harry is going to try to head back home to Britain while his father is still king. It'll be easier for him in that case. His father, though, is not getting any younger, so this is why Harry is working right now on coming back without Meghan. I don't care what the papers say. Anyway, I think we're going to see the truth soon enough. I will believe the divorce rumors when Meghan gets her money, her $100 million or whatever it is that she's demanding. Not that the money will actually do that for her, but at least we can hope. I think all of us can agree that Meghan is not going to shut up after getting that money. So with that in mind, they should really only give her the absolute minimum because no matter what, Meghan's going to keep on trashing them. See, her narcissism will not allow her to just fade away quietly. And as for Harry, even if he divorces Meghan, if I were Prince William, I would be very careful indeed. The amount of hatred and jealousy that has been shown is not something that can just go away overnight, probably not even in a whole lifetime. Is it fair that William has such a turd for a younger brother? Well, no, but that's the truth. And no matter what happens, William needs to do whatever he has to keep Harry away from him and his family. The Sugars and all the insane people who support Meghan and Harry would do absolutely anything to make Harry king and Meghan queen. What a scary thought that is. How could we forget that Meghan already told everybody that she and Harry are only a plane crash away from the throne? They cannot be trusted. I have noticed that many engagements of the Wales family are not being announced ahead of time, and I think there's a good reason for that. I do hope they have cut Eugenie out of the loop of notification of future royal events. She doesn't need to have any access whatsoever to information because we know she's just going to pass it along to Meghan and Harry. Harry could be iced out by the family and the British people for everything that he has done, but I do think Meghan will wear the rest. With any luck, Charles is going to hire Fiona Shackleton for Harry. She is the best of the best. She always gets NDAs before the money gets handed over. Meghan and her lawyers are not going to know what's coming. I'm sure Charles will pay her the money, but she's going to be exposed for the nasty witch that she really is. And Harry is her victim. He always has been. He'll be sent to rehab, he'll be making some life changes and trying to live a private life. Fiona Shackleton, though, would have no problem dealing with Meghan. Her MI6 and MI5 files must be absolutely filled. Who exactly is a part of Meghan's little game, the defamation of the royal family? This anti-British group in America, perhaps? Just watch them walk away, though, and leave her to face the consequences. I'm afraid Meghan is in for quite a surprise, and it's not a happy surprise either. So Neil Sean reported something interesting a couple of days ago. He claims that Meghan, with her new PR agent or whoever the latest Hollywood boss is actually not partnering up with Harry for this new deal. Instead, her newest partner is, drumroll, Doria. Oh my goodness, I think this was the game they were playing this entire time. Doria is always lurking in the shadows at Soho, she's always hanging out with Meghan's crowd and that Marcus Anderson. The whole thing is just bizarre and sick. This whole time they have been scheming away, so who's going to be next? You know they've got somebody in their sights. They've always got somebody. I shouldn't be surprised. They work together to wreak havoc and cause mayhem in the lives of people they go after. And boy, do they ever go after people. Doria went after Meghan's father, Thomas, first. She used him to get whatever it was she wanted. And then Meghan came by the skill naturally, starting from a very tender age. Doria is an ex-con with a whole list of fake degrees. She's got $6 million in the bank. Now, how is that? How could a yoga teacher felon end up with a bank account with $6 million in it? Oh, I think we do know. It's because of Prince Harry. And how in the world could this mattress actress, who had one minor role on a soap opera in Canada, live in a $16 million McMansion in a fancy area and wear such expensive jewelry and wear those expensive clothing too? Again, it's all because of Harold's money. Obviously, this mother-daughter duo are on the hunt. The new PR team must be as bad as they are to jump into their dark world of schemes to take the royal family down and trample on Harry even more. They are all a bunch of evil people. And I'm just not sure yet that Meghan is going to let him go. Without him in that title, Meghan is a nobody. Who is going to want her now? She's getting long in the tooth. She's a narcissist. She's an ex-yacht girl who publicly trashed the royal family to make a quick buck. There can't be many people who don't know about all the problems that she has caused. The online attacks also are not close to stopping. Of course, they're aimed at William and Catherine, and we all know where this trash comes from. Whether it's a PR company or their sugars or whatever, we know it is directed and encouraged by Meghan and Harry. I think all this hype is just to keep their names in the headlines. I find it amazing that the royal family were able to make Harry seem like a nice guy for such a long time. It was right up until he found somebody very similar to himself, and then he destroyed all their hard work. I'm guessing Harry has done some really bad things in his life, many bad things actually, but I don't think he even understands how horrible these things really are. I suspect that he just claims as his truth. It doesn't matter what he does. In his sick, twisted mind, he's not telling lies, he's just telling his truth, but in fact, they are a bunch of lies. Harry takes offense to absolutely everything. He has such a chip on his shoulder. For instance, his brother got a bigger piece of sausage, but it couldn't be because he was actually older than Harry and needed more food. It had to be some evil intent behind that decision. It was probably just a coincidence. Or Prince William had a bigger appetite is the more likely scenario. All things that Harry has said were things that were supposed to hurt him, though. Harry's paranoia knows no bounds, and he doesn't seem to understand that this victim mentality is what is keeping him so depressed.